Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wondered how a 400 amp 3-phase 12208 commercial service is done? Stick around and we'll show you all about it. So we're just going to take the wire, gently pull down. The cord is pretty much melted together. So there we have our finished end with our... Okay, so today we're going to start with mounting some of the equipment in this electrical room. Basically we have a main switch that we're mounting, and then we're going to go to a CT cabinet. That's how the power corporation is going to meter out the power, and then we're going to come around and we're going to go to a splitter, which is on the floor here, and then a 200 amp switch, which is going to feed the old part of this building because we're upgrading the power from 200 to 400, and then we have a new 200 amp panel as well, which new loads are going to come out of. Okay folks, so we got our 400 amp switch mounted here, and then we go to our CT cabinet and then to our splitter. So I'll show you up closely what we've done. The 400 amp switch, 3-phase switch. If you have a look at it, there's where the fuses go. And we have two 2.5 inch pipes, which are going to go out to 2 stacks. So that'll be done later, we'll show that later. And then we've got to drill 2 holes here to go, 3-inch holes to go between the disconnect and the CT cabinet, or the current transformer cabinet. So we've kind of got a dull hole saw, so we're going to have to wait and do another take on that. But this CT cabinet, basically inside of it, goes the current transformers for the power utility. And then out of the bottom of that, we're going to bring a 1-inch pipe, and it goes out to the 3-phase meter. So that's how they meter the whole system, the 400 amps with CTs. And then from there we go around the corner with 2 3-inch pipes, and then we go to our 6-foot 3-phase splitter with 4 lugs on it. And then above that we're going to put a panel, and then we're going to put a disconnect. And the disconnect is 200 amps 3-phase. It's going to feed the old part of this building. And then the new 200 amp panel is going to be for new circuits. So if you're wondering why we use 2.5 inch PVC outside, it's because when we do our conduit fill out of our table for the Canadian Electrical Code, we can do 4 250s, a red, black, blue, and a white in each pipe. But when we come in and we go between the equipment, we need to have what's called an equipment bond. So that equipment bond is number 4 in each pipe, which puts us over the size for 2.5 inch. So then we need to go up to 3 inch, or increase the size to 3 inch. So we've gone ahead and mounted our main switch, as you can see behind me, in our CT cabinet, and then we've got our panels and our splitter in place, and I'll show you up close. So from the CT cabinet that we showed you, we had our 2 3-inch pipes, which goes to our 6-foot splitter. And then we have that's a 3-phase splitter, so we have our red, our black, our blue, and our white. That's where we're going to put all our wires. And then from there, we've gone up to a 200 amp switch. So out of the bottom right of this switch, we're going to come out with a 200 amp cable, and we're going to feed the rest of this building that's on a 200 amp 3-phase service now, which is what is coming out of this. So that's going to take half of our 400 amp service. The other half is going to be this new 200 amp 3-phase panel, which we're putting these breakers in. It's going to be for a new heating system, which is quite large. So that's the main reason why we're doing this, the heating system for the building. Anyway, we'll show you some more when it comes together. Hey folks, welcome back to day 2. So we've got all our equipment mounted in place, and I'll show you, and we're just doing our bonds up now. So as you can see, we have permanent equipment mounted now. That's our main 400 amp switch with our fuses in it. And then we have our 2 3-inch pipes that go between. So we have 2.5 coming in and then 3-inch go in between. And that's because we need to allow for conduit fill with that extra number 4 bond in there. So we need 1 bond in each pipe that goes on conductor size, the largest size conductor. We're using double 250s here. So if we look in our code table in the Canadian Electrical Code, it states we gotta use number 4 for a bond. So the bond is what bonds the non-current carrying parts together of the equipment. So this main switch is metal, then the CT cabinet is metal, but we use PVC in between, so we need to put the bonds in, which we do with lugs, which Luke is doing now. Coming out of that bond going across, we go with a 90 around the corner, and then we go to our big 6-foot splitter, and then up to our 200 amp switch, which is going to feed the old part of the building, which is done in 2.5 inch conduit. And then we go up to our 200 amp panel, 3-phase, which is going to feed our new heating system. So I've gone ahead and done the first 3, red, black, and blue. You can see that I put the bond in on the back of the casing. There's no ground in this, so the grounding screw actually needs to come out, which I think I already took out. Or the bonding screw, yes I did. So that needs to come out, and then of course all the greens are the bonding of the equipment. Like I mentioned, they all get put together, and then we have our red, our black, our blue, and our neutral. So these are lug points where we connect everything on, each individual part. Alright guys, day 3, we've got all our main equipment tied in. So we've got our reds and our blacks and our blues tied onto the main panel. It's a double up 250, which gives us 400 amps. And then we have our main ground, or sorry, our main bonds done. We don't have our main ground done yet. And then we have coming into our CT cap. Yeah. Cut. We have coming into our CT cabinet, the top going to our CTs, and then the bottom going out to the rest of the stuff, but we'll show that later. And then we're coming around here to our splitter, which we got all our reds underneath and our blacks and our blues. And then of course we come up to the panel I showed you, and now we're tying in the disconnect, red, black, blue. So we'll show that. That's done in copper 3/0. Okay, so one important step to this process is to meter everything out to make sure, especially where we have things in parallel connections, that our wires are actually the wires that we think they are. So although we do one at a time and mark them out with tape, it's still a good idea to double check them with a meter. So what we're going to do is we're going to get Luke to do that. So as you can see, here's our splitter. So what I would like for him to do, this red, which runs through and around the 2 pipes, which also comes out here, we're going to meter from here over to here on ohms, and we should get a beep to confirm that that the 2 are connected, or it's the same wire. Do you follow? Okay, so let's try that first. So I'll touch this red. You touch that red, we got a beep, okay? Now, hold it on the red, and I'm gonna go to the other ones. Yeah. So I shouldn't have anything on the black, and I shouldn't have anything on the blue, and I shouldn't have anything on the white. And that means that we've got our red connections correct. Now, let's go over to the black. And I'm gonna go to the black here. We should get a beep, so that means that our 2 wires are the same on each ends. And then again, I'm gonna go to the red, and then I'm gonna go to the blue, and then I'm going to go to the white. Now go to the blue. Let's touch to the blue, blue to blue. That means that we're on the same. You see that? The meter's beeping. Beautiful. Now I'm going to go to the black, to the red. We got nothing. And I'll try the white. Now, so that end's good. Now let's go white to white, because white goes right through to the main switch here. So let's check white. I should get a beep. Yep. And then I should get nothing on any of my hots. That means that all our wires are correct. Now let's just check the CP line side, which is these wires hanging out here. Let's go red to red. Yep, we're beeping. Yep. Now I'll try black, blue, nothing. Now you go on the black. You're on the black. Yep, we got a beep. Nothing, nothing, nothing. And then lastly the blue, just to double check. Perfect. So what we've done there is we've just confirmed where we have 2 wires, 2 250 wires to make our 400 amps, that those 2 wires are actually these 2 wires, and etc. for each one. So with the black and the black and the red and the red, because if we crisscross them, that means we're crisscrossing phases, and that's not good at all, because that means kaboom boom. We don't want that going on. So anyway, I'll just stand back here and show you how far we've come. We've come into the bottom side of our main switch. From the bottom side of our main switch, the 3 wires on the top are going to go onto the CTs, which I'll show you after it's done. The 3 wires on the bottom, they're going out around the corner or in the bottom of the CTs. So the CTs are current transformers, which meter the incoming power usage. So we have to come out of the bottom there and go outside to the meter, which we will also show. And that's done by our inspection department as what we call a pre-wire. So after that, comes around the corner and goes to our splitter, our red, our black, our blue, and our white. And off of that, as you can see, there's a lot of room left here for lugs for future use. We have one more red we have to add here, which we're going to do tomorrow. But basically, we have copper wires coming off. So we've switched from aluminum to copper. These lugs are rated for both. And then we do copper wires up to our 200 amp panel. And then we do copper wires coming out of our 200 amp switch, which is going to feed the old part of the building. You can see our top on there, and then we're going to come out of that to the old part of our building. These 2 tech cables that we've run here are for the heat bank for the new heating system. So it's for the backup electric heat. Those are 6-2 copper to actual tech cables, red, black. So they're going to go underneath the 60 amp breakers. And those actually run upstairs. We can get this door open, there we go, to this old furnace that's going to come out there. You can see up there, which we'll get into on another day. But that's where the air handler for the heat pump system is going to be installed. And here we are outside. So we've got our ground out. We've got our multi-terminal meter or multi-jaw meter mounted to the concrete. We've got our 2 pipes out through, which are 2.5 inch, which go into our main switch. And now we're mounting our galvanized strut to the building so that we can put our 2 stacks up there. In addition to that, we just poked a hole out through. We're going to come out and go up to that meter. Alright, back on the site. It's a cold one. Today we're getting the outside finished up and getting the service wires up through. Guys are jackhammering a hole out through for a heat pump, but we'll show you here. So there's our meter mounted. Let's get this ladder out of the way. We come out through. We come out through and then go to our transformer rated meter. And then our 2 stacks, which run up 2.5 inch. We've got our first white wire in. So each one gets a white wire, a red wire, a black wire, and a blue wire. And then they get tagged together inside. Okay, the wires are up. We've got them in the bottoms. And then you can see them up at the top here. So we've got red, black, blue, white. White's in the center. And then we've got, zoom in here. So you can see it goes red, black, blue, white's in the center, and then we've got to key those together because it's parallel. So as you can see, Luke's hard at it. He's up there taping the 2 reds, the 2 blacks, and the 2 whites, and the 2 blues together. And what that does is it allows us, where it's parallel, 1 in each pipe, to check the continuity when we go inside. I'll show you when we get in there. Zoom out here. So you can see the 2 whites are going in underneath the neutral. So there's a white from each pipe, and they're going in underneath that big neutral lug, which is rated for 2 250s. And then we're going to go 2 blacks, 2 reds, 2 blacks, 2 blues, and then of course goes through the switch. Switch mounted, you can see the lines coming in here through the 2 pipes. We have 2 whites going down to the big neutral bar. And then we have our 2 reds, our 2 blacks, and our 2 blues. 1 from each pipe. That's how we do parallel runs here. So now Luke is just going to go and take the meter on ohms and make sure that we've got nothing between any of the lines. So go from neutral to red. Shouldn't get a beep. Nope. Black. Nope. Blue. Nope. Now go from line to line. So these should be all meter and clear to tell that we don't have any wires crossed where it's in parallel. Then he's going to go ahead and put the line shield on the top. We've already checked our lugs for our connections. That just goes over the top cover coming in, and then we tighten them screws down with a flathead. And Bob's your uncle.
Need a smaller flathead. There you go.
Yeah, those go in there a little bit hard sometimes.
That big one I was using for something else.
So that's it for our main switch. Close that up. So then we have, stand back here. We have our main switch. Comes to our CT cabinet with our CTs in. You want to open that up so I can show that? So those are 3 big CTs, and what those do, they get wired to the meter outside. It's a transformer rated meter, and that's how the utility meters the power coming through on all 3. So you can see red, black, blue, and the neutral carries right through. And then of course the splitter, which we already showed you, the 200 amp switch, which will feed the rest of the old part of the building, which we're going to do later on this week. And then the 200 amp new panel, which our heating loads are coming out of. So we're back here finishing up our job. We've just passed all our electrical inspections. The meter guy is coming to install the transformer rated meter. We have our inside unit all done and our outside heat pump. We also have power coming from our main electrical room back over to feed the rest of the building on a 200 amp switch. And our electrical room is completed. So I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.